What's your badge number? What's your name? Excuse me, sir. What's your name?
My name is Back the Fuck Up.
Oh, alright. See? Alright.
Alright everyone, hello and welcome back to the channel. Alright guys, the video of the day is of a frauditor who calls himself Bully Back Audits. He's out there in Belton, I think it's called. If it's Belton, I think it is. Correct me if you guys, any one of you find out that I'm wrong, correct me please. Belton, Texas, that's where this knucklehead is at. Now, I've watched a handful of his videos, and apparently he says in one of his videos that he was a big fan of SGV News, watched his videos every day, and then he came to realize that his rights have been violated for a long period of time. And that's why he is out there doing this crap now. Mind you, SGV News, if you're familiar with that individual, that guy is nothing but pure evil. He has nothing but hate for law enforcement. He's out there 7 days a week with his buddy Pedro Libre Audits. They go throughout the neighborhood on a 7-day basis harassing the general public. Yes, guys, the public. That's what they do 7 days a week. And this is who this individual, Bully Back Audits, calls his role model. So we already know right from the get-go, this guy's another a-hole, okay? Nothing good's going to come out of this guy. Now, like again, I say I've watched a handful of his audits, so-called audits, right? His videos of doing audits. And let me say that one thing, and why I'm posting him, why I'm putting him on the channel here, is because the way he does his audits, which is aggression. He is a very aggressive individual, very antagonizing, and he doesn't hide it. Let's watch these videos. Let me prove to you, let me show you why he ended up on this channel, guys. And you tell me if I'm wrong, I'll delete the video, guys. Let's check out the videos.
So guys, Bully Back Audits. Here at the Queen United States Post Office. Man, that's a long line. Let me see this guy down a little bit. And they're pretty busy in there today. I only seen 2 people working in there.
Alright guys, let me give you a little info here. As you notice, he went inside the post office, and I guess he figured it was too crowded for him to start any bull crap. Let me see what I can find outside. Now, you know these guys, when they go to the back of the parking lot, the first thing they look for is the signage. Normally, if the signage has nothing, if it doesn't say anything about no personnel allowed, no pedestrians allowed, then that opens the door for them to go in there and wait for somebody to tell them that they don't belong back there. And that's how they, they get their little content, right? Now, take a look on the right here, on the wall. What does that sign say? do not enter. Keep that in mind, guys, because when he gets confronted by the supervisor and they go in their back and forth argument, he states there is no sign telling him he's not allowed back there. Now, come on. We normal people, we see a sign that says do not enter. What does that mean, guys? Do not enter. Am I right?
Do a little walk around real quick, let that line die down a little bit. Look like they got some old used equipment right here. Bunch of old mailboxes been damaged, look like.
Can I help you?
I'm just walking around.
Walk around the post office?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why are you walking around the post office for?
It's America, it's free. We have freedom here in America.
Private property, sir.
No, it's not. I suggest you check out your regulations and rules. Yeah, I'm working. No, I don't work here. What's going on? Did you have any questions for me? Oh, okay. I mean, it seemed like they were curious, but I guess nobody had anything to say. This gentleman down here didn't really like the fact that I was recording, but he didn't really say nothing.
I was eating because I was stressed out, candy bars and chips and donuts, gaining weight. But since I started Noom, I've lost 70 pounds before I went on.
can't be. What was that?
You need to leave.
This is a.
You need to leave, sir. It's no trespassing. You need to leave.
Can you show me that trespassing?
You need to leave.
Can you show me the no
You need to leave.
You need to stop barking orders. The first thing you need to do.
You need to leave. Okay, and
Hey.
get that camera out my face.
No, I'm not gonna take no camera out your face, buddy. And you better back up. Don't touch me now. Back
Okay,
up.
who putting your hand on who?
Well, just back up.
You need to
no,
leave.
Hold on, real second. Calm down, bro. You need to de-escalate real quick there, buddy. Are you familiar with Postal 7? The rules and regulations of a post office. You need to calm down, buddy. That is not being professional whatsoever. Okay? Now, if you want to show me where this sign is that you say, but I didn't see no sign, I say no vehicles. I'm not a vehicle. So, you want to explain that to me more, or you just want to yell?
WS Young, the post office. I had this individual in the parking lot. I asked him several times to leave. There's no trespassing. You can't walk around. Got my face. You put the hand on my chest.
I didn't put my hands on you. Don't lie. I got it all on video. You stepped up to me. It's all on video.
254.
And there's a little fire starter right there.
Okay. Huh? He's not supposed to be back here. He's been asked several times to leave. Okay, yes, ma'am. I don't know, ma'am. I don't know what he's doing back here. He's not supposed to be back here.
You never did even ask. You didn't give me a chance to ask. You just came up to me and started barking orders. How am I supposed to, tell you what I'm doing if you're just going to yell?
Say that again? I'm not sure, man. Probably Hispanic. He's wearing a Houston, Texas shirt number 4, short pants, blue.
I'll stick around for him. I'm not going nowhere.
Yes, ma'am. Not offhand, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I told you don't come past here, so
I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to get you to. Hey, relax,
I'm
man.
not gonna tell you.
Relax. I'm trying to get you to explain something to me.
Explain nothing to you.
Well, you have to. You work here. You can't just bark orders and not explain to people. That's not how it works. I'm sorry there, Darren. It doesn't work like that. Jesus. It's public property, man. And federal government can't own property. It's owned by the public. You take tax dollars. You better go look at Poster 7. It's right there in your building. Right there, it tells you. The rules and regulations of a post office.
I don't know, man. You just yamming, got his mouth.
No, I'm trying to explain myself and you're not listening.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
So now the police are coming? Because if so, then I need to stick around and wait. You know? Because they're going to explain to you that you have a right to come on. I have business here. I have a right to come over here and look. Your sign says right here, vehicles and their contents brought into while on or being removed from this restricted non-public area are subject to inspection. And
All right, so take note that he is on the other entrance now, and he is quoting the sign that's on that entrance that says restricted area. Now, he's using his own interpretation of that sign, but also he'll mention this sign a few times. Throughout the video, he will mention that sign to his subscribers a bunch of times with his interpretation, but he will never focus his camera on that sign. You got to ask yourself why. Because normally the frauditors will show, here, look, there's proof. The sign says such and such. That lets me go in here. So you got to ask yourself why he doesn't want to focus his camera on that sign. But during the video, he happens to pass that sign without focusing on it, and I will zoom in on it for you guys to see. So stand by, guys.
say, no, you can't come in here. It says restricted parking employees. That means you can't park inside here. I'm not a vehicle. I'm simply walking around the post office, checking it out and making sure that people like you are learning the laws about First Amendment rights. This is an audit, and you failed terribly, man. Came up to me aggressively and acted like you wanted to fight. No, I'm not trying to guilt you. You acted the way, and the camera will prove it. The camera don't lie. The camera does not lie. He already did that already. He did that already. So the police gonna show up or what? Or they tell you don't worry about it? What's your name, by the way? You want to identify? So you think I can't film inside that post office as well? Is that what you think? That's a fire starter right there. You can't be back here. Your fence are wide open, man. You should have them closed if you can't come back here. That's like getting mad at somebody because they see through your window, but your curtain's wide open. Doesn't make any sense. You have to create privacy. I'll be back. Hey, bro. They got the cherries and berries on the way over here. They do call the cops on me back here. Yeah.
All right, so this is the part where I was talking about he was walking back to antagonize the supervisor once more, and without him realizing, he caught the signage. And I tried to zoom in on as much as I could, but unfortunately, the wording on the bottom could not really be seen clearly. But regardless of what it says on the bottom there, and I think it's what he's talking about, employee parking and so on, but look at the top, restricted area. That alone tells you that that's not a place where it's meant for the general public to walk in. I mean, you got to be somewhat stupid to think that, oh, restricted area, but it only applies to vehicles and so on. I mean, basically, he's using this as an excuse to go back in there, and that's what he was looking for, the supervisor to come out and tell him, hey, you don't belong here, so he can go in that, they can get into that back and forth argument that he can use as content. And I honestly, why doesn't he want to show his subscribers the sign? Why doesn't he want to? Normally, the frauditors would focus their camera on the sign so that they can prove to the people, look at the sign. How would you take it? You don't see him doing that. Because if he did, any normal person would say, look, buddy, restricted area. Regardless of what it says underneath, it's a restricted area. An area that if you put two and two together, that's the back there where the post office trucks go there to load up their mail. What general public is going to go back there for in the first place? Come on. You know what I'm getting at, guys. So he's full of shit right there.
That person authorized as well to be on here? Or you're just worried about people with cameras? So are you the postmaster here, or what exactly do you do? What is your title here? I'm trying to have a cordial conversation and trying to educate you on the fact that you can be back in certain places like this, but you have to have the proper signage up. It doesn't say only authorized personnel only. It says restricted parking employees only. Big difference. Big difference. I went to the Killeen post office on the other side, and they didn't have no issue, no problem. They were actually pretty cordial. For you, I'd have to say, man, you definitely need to go back to training. You can't be running up on the public like that. You're a public servant, man. You can't act like that. Okay? Gotta de-escalate. And you want to call the cops to have you're a grown man. You're gonna call another grown man to come handle your business just for them to tell you that I have the right to be here? It doesn't make any sense, man. This is America. It's not North Korea. We have freedoms in this country, believe it or not. No matter how much they are eroding it, we have freedoms there.
Some people say our trade-in process feels too easy. They can't believe it's 100% online and gives them a competitive offer that won't change for 7 days.
I mean, don't you know there's a lot more important things going on in Killeen with crimes and murders and all that, and you're worried about a guy with the camera? I mean, seriously, bro? There's a whole lot worse things going on than me coming through here with the camera and video in. Promise you that.
Alright, notice that he is trying to imply that the supervisor went after him for being back there recording. That's what he wants his subscribers to think. That the supervisor came out there and chewed him out because he was recording. When in reality, the supervisor came out, didn't say shit about, hey, stop recording, you're not allowed to record. No, the supervisor came out and said, you don't belong here, you gotta leave, get out. But he twists shit around for his subscribers to think that this is all about him being back there recording. It's a game, it's a mind game.
So we're here in Killeen, Texas. We're waiting for the police department to show up. You have another untrained employee who doesn't really know his rights around the rules and regulations of Postal 7. Thinks I'm in a restricted area with the fences wide open. So, I mean, restricted areas are closed. Do you like freedoms? Do you like living in America? I hope so. Because what you try to do is you try to violate my rights just now. Section 242, Title 18 makes it a crime for a person acting under the color of law to willingly deprive a person of the rights or privileges protected by the Constitution and laws of the United States. I sure hate for them to have to, think I did something wrong here. Have to try to chase me down for some unnecessary reason and shoot me. Cops shoot people these days. I would think you would think twice about calling a cop, especially when there's no crime being committed. A lot worse things going on. It's funny how people are afraid of cameras. I mean, what about transparency? I think that's something that a lot of people talk about, transparency. If the post office is hiding something, what makes you think, the police are going to be truthful with cases like George Floyd? The cops just go around shooting and killing people and that's okay? I seen the police down the road right there. I thought they were gonna come over here. Freedom of speech is not antagonized. It's a camera. There's cameras all over the place, bro. There's cameras everywhere. You're tripping out over a little camera. There's a lot worse things going on in Killeen, Texas. What? Yeah, very professional. Keep running your mouth like that. What's your name? You see how unprofessional these. You see how one guy can start all this stuff from everybody else. Now he has a pole in his hand. I guess he's gonna swing it on me or something. I have no idea. I guess he has a weapon. What it looks like to me, and he has it over his shoulder. This is the professionalism of the United States Postal Service right here. They swing weapons around and try to intimidate people like as if they were scared or something like that. We have a First Amendment right, folks. Freedom doesn't come free without a price, and you must assert your rights or people will stomp them. Look at him swinging it. Look how he's swinging this, guys. This guy's ready to go swinging on somebody. You know? He has anger issues, man. Does he normally act like this? All violent, swinging that pole around like he wants to attack somebody? He said no. Well, I guess today I brought that out of him, and I guess my camera did. And guess what? We're not in North Korea. This is not North Korea. I'm sure this guy wish he was.
What's going on, man? You're ordering here today?
He's already called the cops on me, bro. Swinging the pipes around. He's violent, man. This one's violent. He don't want to hear it. He don't want to educate himself. He wants to be a tyrant. You'd be a perfect cop. I wonder how many people you have under your belt by now that you shot and arrested for a speeding ticket because you didn't like the way they answered you. You know, it's sad, folks, that people think that you have a camera and you go film in the post office, which is owned by the people, used for the people. No government can own land. And then they think that you're trying to antagonize people just simply because you have a camera. They have cameras all over this building. They got cameras in the post office. They got cameras on the streets, all over the place. But yet, if you as a person, as a citizen, decide to film, oh, they don't like that. They think you're beneath that. You're a peasant. See, this guy, he works for the post office, so he thinks he's better than everybody. They ought to give you a sign and let you twirl it on the edge of the thing right there. That way you can get people to come in.
Gentlemen, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't say too much about this gentleman right here, but I'm doing pretty good. Name and badge number, by the way.
I'm Officer Wynn, badge number 391, Killeen Police Department. What's going on today?
I was sitting around here filming, exercising my First Amendment. This guy, he sees me walking through here and thinks he wants to come over here and start charging me up, telling me to get out of here, da-da-da-da-da. I tell him, whoa, calm down. Let me, de-escalate. Let's talk about this. The sign simply says restricted parking employees only.
Yeah.
The fence is wide open. That's not, it cannot be restricted for something. And I'm a human being, so I'm not a vehicle. So I'm walking through here like I do every other rounds in every other post office I go to. And this guy comes out violently with this stick and tries to act like he wants to do harm to me.
Hey, sir.
Yeah.
Huh?
Huh?
Let me ask him.
Okay.
What's your name, sir?
I didn't give it. I don't.
You don't have to.
Yeah, yeah.
You want to give me a fake name? I can
Good,
call you
good
by?
citizen. Good
Mr.
citizen.
Good Citizen? Okay. Mr. Good Citizen, I'll be back with you.
Okay.
Hey, sir, I'm off the road. Mr. Good Citizen. I gotta be honest with you. I'm not very up on the federal laws, but it does say restricted, and because I don't know, I don't want to get you in trouble just in case. Would you mind just standing out here? I'm not saying you can't go in, but at the same time, if it is,
Well, if it's not a lawful order,
it is. It's federal land.
yeah, this is pub. Yeah, but are you familiar with Poster 7 and the rules and regulations? See, you'd have to go into that building and check that out first.
What is it, sir?
Poster 7, the rules and regulations of post office. It allows you to go filming in court as long as you're not in restricted.
Yeah. You could totally.
Yeah, as long as you're not in restricted areas. The thing is, this is not properly restricted where it says restricted employees only. It says restricted area, vehicles and their contents brought into while on or being removed from the restricted non-public areas are subject into inspection. It doesn't say you can't come through here.
Make a strong argument.
Yeah, and there's so many other things going on around this.
All right, so you can tell right off the bat this cop is stupid. He's not looking at the big picture. First of all, the guy is not a postal employee. He shouldn't be back there in the first place. You look at the sign, restricted area. Regardless what it says underneath restricted area about the vehicles and so on, the big words there, restricted area. And this guy wants to use the fact that the gates are open as an argument. Well, if it's open, that means I can go in. The gates are open because the trucks are going in and out throughout the day. Are you kidding me? So somebody should have to close the gate every time a truck comes in and goes out and so on? Come on. You would think the officer would use common sense here. He's already said he's not familiar with the federal laws, so it's like he doesn't have confidence in himself. And this is not the kind of officer I would support in anything. He's just not. He's just not the officer that I look up to support.
Dude, and he's upset about a camera. Come on, bro. I would have walked through here, and if he would have never said nothing, I would have been gone 30 minutes ago. I would have got no video or none of that, and he wanted to be get upset about a situation.
I hear you. It's just a thing with these days. People are afraid to get on camera.
Well, I mean, the cameras are everywhere,
I'm
though.
ugly, and I just accept it.
Well, cameras are everywhere.
So I put Marcus over there. You got it?
Oh, man.
This is not North Korea. We still have rights here, sir. It's America. The land of the free, home of the brave.
Now the issue is here the sign. Vehicles and their contents brought into while on or being removed from restricted non-public areas or subject to
You really got to feel for the supervisor. The supervisor's been outside there for at least 30 minutes getting harassed by this asshole. 30 minutes, if not a little more than 30 minutes, of listening to this guy antagonize the shit out of him. Now comes the police officer, which he called the police to get rid of this guy, get him out of there. He's assuming everything's going to go okay. He's the supervisor there. He's the supervisor trying to get somebody who is not an employee off of the property. And he can tell right off the bat, hold on, this cop is favoring this asshole, it's not going to go my way. He's having a shitty day so far.
Do you see the manager over there?
Yeah, he just now walked back there.
Did he go inside?
Yes, he did. Yes, ma'am. Bully back audits? Bully back audits. Yes, ma'am.
I agree with y'all. I'm with y'all.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You guys ever do walkthroughs like in stores?
We haven't went to Walmart yet. That's one place that I've heard they have issues at Walmart. But it is public property at this point because now they get paid. They get subsidized by the government. Yeah, they get. If you were to take all the Walmarts in the United States and break down the money, each one would get $300,000 a piece. Yeah, so now it's public property, basically.
Alright guys, did you catch that? Walmart. Public property now, guys. Walmart's their next target. So be on the lookout. These assholes will be coming to a Walmart near you soon.
Oh no.
If you left your door open, and I was the east side, I was coming to inspect the room, everything was getting thrown out.
Yep, they even have a sign that says lock it or lose it.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Good Citizen.
How you doing?
So yeah, I explained to them everything that you told me. You should be good, all right?
All right, good deal. I appreciate that, officer.
Thank you for everything, brother. Well,
Just COVID.
yeah. I got the shot on you. Don't worry about it.
He's telling me.
Anthrax, whatever.
It's just I'm just so used to it now.
Yeah.
You know that pounding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
other-
thanks for everything you guys do, man.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you.
I
guys
appreciate.
out there
No, I
educating the
appreciate.
public.
Hey, thank
You guys
you.
got a YouTube channel? Or
Yes,
something?
sir. It's Bully Back Audits.
Bully back audits.
Yes, sir.
I'd love to just watch to learn more. But to be honest with you, man, yeah, you guys are absolutely correct. I don't know federal laws.
Well, there you go, guys. The officer turned out to be a fan of the Frauditors. Okay? It shows you where his mentality is at. Unfortunately, the supervisor got made to look stupid, didn't get anything accomplished. Officer pretty much sided up with the Frauditors here. Guys, let me know what you think, and hey, I'll be back with another one with this asshole. See you when I see ya.